Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a deep dive into Omarchy. And if you've been wanting to try out Hyprland but didn't want to go through all the painful setup just to get a usable desktop, this might be exactly what you've been waiting for. Omarchy does all of that heavy lifting for you. You get a fully configured, beautiful Hyprland setup right out of the gate. No tweaking dot files for days. No hunting down fonts and icon packs. It's ready to roll. We're going to cover what Omarchy is, where it came from, what's included out of the box, how the installation goes, and what it actually feels like to use it day to day. And stick around to the end. I'll walk through all the essential keybinds that you're actually going to use every single day, so you don't feel completely lost when you first boot in. Let's get into it. So what exactly is Omarchy? Omarchy is an opinionated Arch Linux distribution built on top of Hyprland. It was created by David. That's David Heinemeier Hansson, the guy who created Ruby on Rails and co-founded Basecamp and 37 Signals. He launched it in June 2025, and it's already gotten a serious following in the developer and Linux enthusiast community. The name comes from the Japanese concept of omakase. It's a sushi term where you sit down, hand the controls to the chef, and trust their taste. That's exactly what Omarchy is. David made all the decisions. You get a curated, polished environment, less tinkering, more working. Now, Omarchy is not trying to be Ubuntu or Fedora for beginners. It's aimed at developers and power users who already have some Linux knowledge, but don't want to spend a week handcrafting an Arch setup from nothing. It's Arch underneath with full Pacman access, a rolling release model, and all the flexibility that comes with it. But you skip the brutal bootstrap process. The distro has been moving fast. It launched in June 2025, hit version 2.0 in August, and as of early 2026, it's on version 3 with major updates, including a huge gaming overhaul in the latest version. Let's talk installation. The install process is surprisingly clean for an Arch-based distro. You boot into a text mode system installer, it pulls the latest packages directly from the Arch repos during install, and builds the full Hyprland desktop from there. No outdated ISO packages, you're always getting current stuff. The whole thing is under 2 minutes on fast hardware. It will set up full disk encryption by default, which is great. You don't have to think about it. One thing to note, Secure Boot and TPM need to be disabled before you install. If you're coming from a Windows machine or a lockdown laptop, just head into your UEFI and flip those off. It's a quick step and doesn't affect anything else on a Linux-only machine. Once it's done and you reboot, you land in a fully configured Hyprland desktop. Themes applied, apps installed, keybinds ready to go. No post-install setup wizard. You're just in it. Okay, so you're booted in. What does it actually look like and feel like? The first thing you notice is how clean it is. Omarchy ships with a very deliberate visual design, dark themes, modern fonts, smooth animations. David has a very specific aesthetic in mind, and it shows. It looks like someone actually thought about it rather than just picking whatever defaults shipped with the window manager. The status bar at the top, that's Waybar, gives you workspaces, clock, system tray, and status indicators, clean and minimal. When you need to launch an app, you tap Super plus space, and the Walker app launcher pops up. You just start typing and it filters instantly. It's snappy and doesn't get in your way. There's also the Omarchy control menu at Super plus Alt plus space. This is essentially a system menu built into the distro for things like theming, screen capture, hardware controls, installing new apps, and managing your setup. It's a nice touch. It gives Omarchy a more cohesive feel than just dropping you into a raw Hyprland install. Windows tile automatically like you'd expect from Hyprland, with smooth animations as they open and resize. You can toggle windows between tiling and floating, go full screen, go full width, all with keybinds we'll cover in a minute. The default app lineup is solid. Alacrity for the terminal, Chromium for the browser, NeoVim as the default editor, Obsidian for notes, Typora for writing, Spotify for music, LibreOffice for documents, and zoom is pre-installed. Theming in Omarchy is really well done. You can switch themes on the fly using Super plus Control plus Shift plus Space. Omarchy ships with a handful of curated themes, and each one applies consistently across the whole system. Terminal, editor, status bar, window decorations. All of it changes together. It's one of those things that sounds small, but feels really polished compared to manually patching configs across a dozen apps. You can also change just the wallpaper independently with Super plus Control plus Space. Custom backgrounds can be dropped into tilde/.config/omarchy/current/backgrounds, and they'll show up automatically in the picker. The style system uses a layered approach. Default theme, then theme-specific overrides, then your own user customizations on top, so you can make it your own without breaking anything upstream. One thing that sets Omarchy apart from just a bare-bones Arch setup is how updates work. Rather than traditional rolling release package updates where things might quietly break, Omarchy uses a Rails-inspired migration system. Updates come as discrete migrations that get applied in order. You can also roll back to previous snapshots if something goes sideways. That's a genuinely nice safety net on a rolling release distro. The unified Omarchy CLI command, which came in the new version, handles all of this. Updates, installations, configuration in one place rather than juggling separate Omarchy commands. The new version also dropped a big gaming overhaul, which is worth mentioning because Hyprland plus gaming used to be a rough experience. The new Omarchy includes a streamlined Steam installer, pre-configured RetroArch, improved controller handling, and better integration with Lutris, Heroic, and the Moonlight Game Stream client. There's also an Xbox Cloud Gaming web app option baked in, so if you want to use this as a daily driver and actually game on it, the path is a lot smoother now than it was when the project launched. So who is Omarchy actually for? If you want to try Hyprland without building a complete setup from scratch, this is perfect. You get to experience what a well-tuned Hyprland workflow feels like without spending days getting there. You learn the keybinds, you get a feel for tiling, and the underlying Arch install means you can grow into it however you want. If you're a developer who lives in the terminal, values keyboard-driven workflows, and wants a setup that looks great without being a full-time hobby, Omarchy is built for you. If you're a total Linux beginner or need a graphical system admin environment, this is probably not your starting point. The mouse is kind of an afterthought here by design. You need to be okay learning keybinds. One more fun fact, 37 Signals actually moved their entire company to Omarchy in August 2025. David is using this to run his business. That's not just a side project. Alright, here's what I promised you. The keybinds you'll actually use every day. The super key is your home base. On most keyboards, that's the Windows key. Navigating in Windows, Super plus Space, App Launcher, Super plus Alt plus Space, the Omarchy control menu, Super plus Return, opens a terminal, Super plus Shift plus Return, opens the browser, Super plus U closes the current window, Super plus F full screen, Super plus Alt plus F full width, fills the monitor horizontally, useful for widescreen setups, Super plus T, toggle between tiling and floating for the current window, Super plus J, toggle window orientation, horizontal or vertical split, Super plus arrow keys, move focus to the next window in that direction, Super plus Shift, plus arrow keys, swap the current window with the one in that direction, Super plus =/ minus, grow the window split left or right, Super plus 1, 2, 3, 4, jump to a workspace, Super plus Tab, next workspace, Super plus Shift, plus Tab, previous workspace, Super plus Shift, plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Send the current window to that workspace and follow it. System controls, super plus escape, system menu, suspend, restart, shut down, super plus control plus L. Lock the screen, super plus control plus T, opens BTOP, the system activity monitor, super plus control plus W, Wi-Fi controls, super plus control plus B, Bluetooth controls, super plus control plus A, audio mixer via wire mix, clipboard, this is one of Omarchy's best features, super plus C, copy, super plus V, paste, super plus X, cut super plus, control plus V, clipboard, history manager. These work everywhere, including the terminal. On stock Linux, you're usually juggling control plus C, control plus shift plus C, and the middle mouse button depending on where you are. Omarchy just makes it one consistent set of binds, screen capture, print screen, screenshot with selection, Alt plus print screen, screen record, super plus print screen, color picker, super plus control plus print screen, extracts text from anything on screen to your clipboard, OCR basically, and the one you'll want on day one, super plus K, shows you the full interactive keybind reference right on screen. Anytime you're lost, hit that. And that's Omarchy. This is genuinely the lowest friction way to do it. It's opinionated, yes, but David has good taste, and the decisions he made hold up in daily use. Give it a spin in a VM first if you're on the fence, and then, if you like what you see, throw it on real hardware. Rolling Arch under the hood means it's never going to feel stale. If this video helped you out, a like and a subscribe goes a long way for the channel. Drop a comment below and let me know if you're running Omarchy or if you want to see a follow-up covering the NeoVim setup or more Hyprland customization.